This weekend is the calm before the storm, with an average of just 50 auctions in each of our capital cities. Next weekend, it's back to full swing with 4 times as many hammers falling. Now, at the end of 2016, most cities recorded their best quarterly housing market results of the year. So has it cooled off? And when and where is the best time to sell or buy in 2017? Well, for more, we're joined by Dr. Andrew Wilson from the Domain Group and Stu Benson from Benson Auctions. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Stu, it all kicks off today. I mean, really, people are already thinking about selling their houses and got their houses ready. And
it's quite bizarre. Normally, February is the kick-off of the auction season around the country. I even had a couple sneak in last weekend.
Wow.
2 of which had over 20 people registered. So, if that's a hint of the appetite in 2017, well, we're looking forward for some pretty big weeks and some prices growth as well.
I mean, I don't know. As a buyer, Andrew, I would traditionally avoid this time of the year just because there is such hot competition.
I think the hot competition is driving buyers into the market earlier than usual. And as Stuart was saying before, that he had a number of registered bidders last weekend, and people are on the beach, aren't they not, in the country, enjoying their holidays, but no, they're looking for property, and I think that's Sydney and Melbourne for you. Very strong markets at the moment.
So when is the best time? If people are thinking about selling their homes this year, it's not in the dead of winter, is it? People like doing it, at other times. What is the best time?
Well, look, traditionally we have 2 selling seasons: the autumn selling season and the spring selling season. That's because people focus either on beginning the year with a buying and selling decision, or looking towards the end of the year for a buying and selling decision. I think most buyers are sellers and sellers are buyers, so the important thing is to stay in the market. Now, clearance rates remain reasonably consistent through autumn, but there is certainly a difference in spring when buyers certainly have a better go of it towards the end of spring because volumes rise, and sellers usually have higher clearance rates at the beginning of spring. But I guess for buying in Melbourne and Sydney, any time is the right time.
Well, we're looking at some crazy stuff going on. You know, a house in Rooty Hill in Sydney, which is 42 kilometres from the CBD, recently sold for $1 million. Stu, are you expecting, those kinds of wild figures in the coming month?
Well, look, I think as long as we have relatively low levels of stock, we're still experiencing what we would consider historically levels of stock being low in Sydney. I spoke to a colleague of mine up in Queensland, and she was saying around the Cleveland Bay Area that she's down to as much as 50% down in stock. And I think as long as stock levels drive competition and the stock is low, I think the competition will remain high.
Right, Andrew, we're seeing here Brisbane.
Yes.
These are some of your tips.
Well, these are suburbs, Monique, where I guess they're value opportunity. So the suburbs under the median, the capital city median, but suburbs also that have some key drivers such as good growth last year, adjacent to higher price suburbs, and also suburbs that appeal in terms of their level of infrastructure and amenities. So I think these are some good tips in terms of better performing suburbs this year, and those are perhaps more on a budget focus for the market below the overall median of the capital.
We'll put all of those on our website. Happy buying and selling this year, everybody. Gosh, it's scarier and scarier every year, doesn't it? Thank you both.
Thanks, Abby.
Very much.
I mean, if you can still find a suburb that's below the average, but still well serviced by infrastructure, you're laughing.
Let us know where it is.
Let us, exactly. Well, shouldn't you watch the graphics?
I know, I did see that, yes.